Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Free Hammers Tuesday Team Talk Live. I can only do these live shows more or less every day when I've got time off work, which luckily for me, I work in a school, so I do get 13 weeks off a year. So I do get about every 6 weeks, every 6 to 7 weeks, I get either a week off or 2 weeks off or 6 weeks off to, do this stuff. So, I wish I could do this full time because, the feedback has always been lovely from you guys. This is a live show, 3 o'clock, a little bit later than usual. Usually, I'm on really early, at 10 o'clock in the morning, but a little bit later today. Just some really nice words from Nick here. He put this in before I even went live. He says, "Not going to be here, mate. We've got to head off to bed. It's 11:30 in Australia. But if you have to sign one player from each of the bottom 5 teams, who would you buy from each? Love your videos. Very talented presenter, mate." I will answer that question at some point, mate. But so Andy Miles put a lovely tweet out as well today to all the channels. Big thank you, mate. Really, really good. The reason I've done this video, I wasn't going to do one because obviously I put a short Newcastle preview out and that was going to be, whoa, my cat's just gone absolutely crazy in the living room there. I wasn't going to put a live stream out today because I did the short preview, but obviously the news has come out that Aaron Cresswell is probably going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks, which is, a massive blow. It seems like it's his hamstring. He hasn't fully recovered from that. And it seems, that hopefully Marky Noble will be okay. But the Cresswell one's a big one. We've got cover there. Hopefully, if Ogbonna's fit, then Ogbonna, he can fit in at the left wing, the left centre-back role with Masuaku playing there. If Ogbonna's not fit, maybe Ben Johnson potentially would have to play at left wing back, play at the left centre-back role with Masuaku at left wing back. It's an interesting one, isn't it? Big shame that he's injured. Hello, mate. Was just listening to your Monday show. We'll go back to it when you're done with this one. Oh, thanks. It's nice to know that people go back and watch. Hi, Luke. Hello, mate. And we are live. We certainly are. My cat's still having a really good go over there. Hi, Andy. Can we come on today? Yeah, potentially. I'll let some people on in a little bit if anyone wants to come on. Cheers from Hammers in Ireland. Cheers, mate. I haven't seen for a while. Any old chat? Oh, Tom, Irish Tommy. I haven't seen him for a while. So I found a really interesting website. I wasn't going to do this today. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I'll do it today now. I found this really interesting website that goes right into detail. If you was, an amateur scout, should I say, like me, of Newcastle, and I'm going to put it full screen so you guys can see it as well. So this goes right into detail, and you can click on any one of these here, like these match reports, and they tell you exactly sort of how Newcastle played. But so we go through here, you can see like all the stats of the players, how many minutes, how many appearances, how many goals, their possession and passing percentages, which is really, really good. But also what I like, you can also go in here, look, defensive. So who does the most work defensively? Who does the most work offensively? It's a fantastic website, this. And then this, I like this bit here. So I'm going to highlight it. Newcastle characteristics. So their strengths, obviously, here is creating scoring chances. Weaknesses for Newcastle at the weekend. I'm definitely going to be using this website a lot more often. Their weaknesses is that keeping possession of the ball. They're very weak against counter-attacks down the wings, which we're quite good at. They're very poor at defending long shots, poor at defending set pieces, a thing we've been really good at. And this one here, defending counter-attacks, something that we are, of recent weeks, been fantastic at. So all those weaknesses fit into West Ham's positives, and I'll go on to West Ham's one after. So their style of play, for those of you who are not, don't get a lot to watch in Newcastle, they do take loads of shots. They play with lots of width. They attack down the right-hand side a lot. Like a long ball, obviously, that's John Joe Shelby. They attempt crosses often. Opponents usually play aggressive against them. They don't mind playing in their own half. They're quite aggressive. They play the offside trap, which, again, could play into our role. And they rotate their first 11 often. This is their usual lineup, like sort of, you know, what they play most of the time. Darlow, actually, no, let's go to that one, their last match. So in their last match, because that's probably how they're going to line up against us. Dubrav, Queen goal, Murphy, Fernandez, Clark, Dummett, Ritchie, Almiron, Shelby, Longstaff, Jolien and Gal. I don't think that is how they're going to line up. You know, I think we will see Callum Wilson come in for Dwight Gal. And I do think that you will see St. Maxim starting against this. So, yeah, but this website is really fantastic website. It really, really is. And like I say, we'll look at West Ham in a minute. But let's go back in the comments because I've probably missed loads and loads of comments whilst I've been doing that. So let's go back in. Afternoon, Luke. Gents from the Northwest. Hello, Jake. How are you? Loads of hello, Jakes. How are you? Interesting to see how Diagana is doing. Yeah, I've not heard much about him, mate. Since he scored that wonder goal early doors in the season, you know, it's been a little bit quiet. Good, yeah. Looking forward to your show tonight. Okay, right. So let's look what this site says about West Ham, and if you guys, you know, comment along as you go along. Let's see what it says about West Ham. Oh no, I don't like that camera angle. I like that camera angle. There we go. Right, so for West Ham, again, you can go into the match reports, you know, and it says a bit about how we played and stuff. And as I say, so here we go. So it says our strong points: attacking set pieces, attacking down the wings, creating scoring chances. All things, if you remember, were weaknesses for Newcastle. Counter attacks. Coming back from losing positions, maybe that's a bit losing winning positions potentially. Oh, there we go. As a weakness, there we go. We're very good at defending set pieces and aerial duels. We're weak at avoiding offsides. You know, that's been a thing for West Ham for years. Keeping possession of the ball, and I would agree with that. You know, at some points in matches, we just can't string passes together, can we? Defending against through balls, apparently that's a weakness, and protecting the lead. And yeah, obviously that's probably even more relevant in recent weeks. Our style of play, according to this website, is we take a load of shots, we play with width, long balls, attempts to cross often. We've got a consistent first 11. We like playing in our own half, apparently. And we've got a non-aggressive style, apparently, which is interesting. A non-aggressive style, and obviously, yep, that is our lineup. Yeah, so yeah, whoscored.com, the website. I really, really like this website. I think it's a fantastic website. So yeah, and we're not sponsored by them. Half term's good. I can do loads more videos and streams. Good old pub. Me and Gatsy are doing a live show in the pub on Saturday. Watch this space. Oh, that's going to be brilliant. That's going to be fantastic. In the pub. What a brilliant thing. I see a few things on TalkSport. Again, this is not really a specific build-up show or anything like that. It's just like a little chat and see what you guys are up to. So, yeah, I see something on TalkSport about, you know, they was talking about Lingard and Jamie O'Hara saying about how he should go to Tottenham or either stay at West Ham or go to Tottenham instead of going to Arsenal. I'll tell you, Jamie O'Hara is one of the most dull people I've ever had to listen to on TalkSport. Whenever he's on, I usually switch off. The guy is just so full of dross. But it's nice that Lingard's getting loads of positive press, which is fantastic. It's great to see some praising for a change, and all the pundits praising us, making me more nervous for some reason. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. You know, I always call for it. I always say, oh, we never get any praise. No one ever talks about us. No one ever talks us up. And then when it does happen, you start thinking, oh, now I don't want them to talk about us because I don't want us to fail, which is, you know, again, just a typical West Ham mentality. But nice to see you in the chat again, Pete. Laura Woods was talking to it. She certainly was, mate. You know, she was saying about how, you know, their best player will potentially leave in the summer, Harry Kane, that being. I would love to see it. I would absolutely love to see it. I would love to see Harry Kane leave Tottenham. It would just be hilarious. I used to say it when Bale was there, and obviously he's gone back this summer. But when Bale left, it was amazing, you know. And hopefully, if Kane leaves, and another one I could see leaving, and I've just seen that he's just joined the chat there, Mitch. It'd be interesting to see what he thinks about this. As a long-term replacement, Mitch, for Bobby Firmino, and I know one of my mates in work is a massive Liverpool fan. I always said Bobby Firmino is long-term replacement. Surely you've got to be looking at someone like Son. I think, love him or hate him as a player, like in terms of the way he cheats and stuff, would be a fantastic replacement for Bobby Firmino. No, he can link play, he can score goals. I would argue that he's slightly more mobile than Bobby Firmino now. Be interesting to see what you think about that, mate. Simon Jordan called Palace bigger than Celtic. It's laughable. He thinks if he uses posh accent and big words, everything he says is true. Yeah, do you know what? I've got bored of listening to him now as well. At the times, I thought he was quite entertaining. But, yeah, it's, all these posh words. He come out with some ridiculous, like, oh, this is the positive rhetoric. And yes, that's right, Jeff. But that's all I hear when Simon Jordan talks. And he has this clever way. I remember when Baz was on there, he has this clever way of thinking if he uses these big words, he can twist you in knots and stuff. He's just an absolute twat of a geezer. He's a twat. Lingard will choose who. Lingard will choose who he chooses. Fingers crossed it is. Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're fingers crossed it is West Ham. Sports Bar, they like us and they want us to get to the top. Yeah, I can deal with Goldstein and Cundy. I do like the old Goldstein and Cundy. They're funny guys. And I do like, I don't like Durham, but I do like Goff. I do like Darren Goff. Just, it seems like a funny character, doesn't he? Kane will leave in this summer, 100%. I hope so, mate. I bloody hope so. Everton dropped 2 points against a team who was 16th. Good for us too. Yeah, I texted my dad before the game. I was like, hopefully Everton can do us a favour, mate. Hopefully Brighton can do us a favour, and they did, didn't they? And Everton got that one more game in hand, but that one game in hand, now they can't match us or overtake us, which is the most important thing. So hopefully, Everton slip up again, and then we've got to play them. Chelsea and Everton game now, massive games. They really are. And if anyone hasn't seen Gonzo's video today, go check it out. He really, sums it up well. He sort of goes into all the other teams' fixtures and how it hopefully will play into our hands. Kent says, really good video with David Bust. Certainly was. Poor old David Bust. He's one of them ones who had that terrible injury, wasn't he? Jordan is a prat. He certainly is. And so she actually as well. If you get that joke. Both Everton and Southampton are looking very weak, very good for us. Or use. Is that us or use? Yeah, Everton's always been a bogey side for us, though, mate. That's the only thing. It was always a renowned loss against Everton. But, I think we've got enough to do them. Southampton, we've got fairly good, good record against Southampton. But yeah, we'll see. I would love some of these incredible bad cheat like we have Salah. So I can't really call anyone a diver. That's true, mate. I've got to say to you, mate, I know you're a massive Liverpool fan, but Salah is one of my hated players in the Premier League. Fantastic footballer, fantastic left foot, absolute wonder of a left foot. But he is one of the worst cheaters in the league, and he frustrates the life out of me. When you're that talented a player, and you still have to resort to cheating, it absolutely frustrates the life out of me. Some will cost Liverpool too much. They would rather buy a rough diamond and shine them up and sell them on for a huge profit. So do you think Son would stay then, mate? You're saying that Kane potentially could go. Would Son go? Again, fantastic player. And I think he walks into most teams in the league, Son, and around Europe. Which three players from the last 10 to 15 years in their prime would you bring back for these last few games of the season? Good question. And this is the sort of show it is today, guys. Like, I'm going to do a slightly maybe longer preview on Newcastle tomorrow, where I invite some of you guys on and we talk about the games. That'd be nice. If Andy wants to come on, Jake, you want to come on tomorrow? JP, if he appears, I'd like to talk to Tommy again, though. I like talking to Tommy. He's a wise guy. Which three players from the last 10 to 15 years in their prime would I take? Scott Parker. Scott Parker has the ability to absolutely carry a team, and he's definitely Moyes' mould, isn't he? You know, and the fact that Declan Rice is injured at the moment, if you had Scotty Parker in there with Souček, it would be, you know, sensational. Imagine if those three were together, Rice, Souček and Parker. Absolutely love Scotty Parker. He definitely would be one of the number one names for me. We need a striker, don't we? So you've got to be looking at a striker. Paolo, does Paolo score enough goals? Paolo's an absolute maverick of a man and a fantastic footballer. And he probably has got, you know, that Champions League class and quality to get us through it. Tevez, someone like Carlos Tevez, if you're talking about Tevez at this stage of the season, last 7 games left, he'd probably go and bang 7 in a row like he did that season. Yeah, someone like, yeah, so definitely Parker. We'll go Carlos Tevez. We'll go Carlos Tevez because he was, you know, he did go on to be a world-class footballer. Where else are we quite weak at the minute? Maybe left back, or you know, a real. I'm saying that. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose you have to go Dimitri Payet, don't you? You know, you have to go a bit obvious with that. You know, him, Lingard, Tevez, and Parker. You know, all capable of a goal, all capable of winning a game on their own. And I think they will love playing with each other. You know, all of them. But it'd be interesting to see what you guys think. Lingard will choose us. He's the happiest he's ever been and love him being at West Ham. Why would he want to change that? You know, there were some rumours today about PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, etc., etc., etc. You know, any player would want to go and play for Real Madrid or Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich. You know, if just to say you have, I think, in your career, even if, you know, it was only 1 appearance, 2 appearances, the fact, you know, the prestige, if you got offered the chance to play for them, you would certainly go and say, yeah, I've played for the same club as Julian Fulbert. I tried to do that without smiling. So that's my only fear. Whether they would come in for him, I don't think so. But, you know, if Real Madrid come in for you, you're going to go Real Madrid. Again, even if you're going to be a squad player, I would go and be a squad player at Real Madrid just to say I've played there. I'd like to think he will pick West Ham. You know, there's these videos about Jesse Lingard are just going to go on and on and on and on. And, you know, we're going to continue talking about it until he's either signed that dotted line or he's signed for another club. I really, really hope and pray that we sign him because, you know, I think him and Moyes, you know, epitomise what West Ham are about at the moment. And someone like Rice will see that if Lingard signs, that's a real, too many S's, real sign of intent. But yeah, thanks, Peter. Thank you, Kent. Got a really good premiere with Dylan Tobias. Oh, great. And his brother Joe Seeley tonight. 8, really good show. Filmed it last night. Yeah, go and check that out, guys. That sounds like a really good show. Dylan Tobias' mum and the brother and Joe Seeley. So yeah, go and check that out. That sounds like a fantastic show. How are you getting all these guests? I'm very jealous. Top 6 finish. West Ham now 1-4 on, 1-3 at the bookies, 3 shot at the top 4. Yeah. And again, I keep referring to Gonzo, but I'll be quite disappointed if we don't finish in the top 4 now. Can I say it? I can. I would be quite disappointed because it is there. And I think, to be honest with you, the only reason I can see us not getting there now is if we get, as Gonzo says, and as we all say, we get West Hamitis. And there's no reason that we will, because we haven't shown it at any point this season. But, I just hope we don't, you know, but like the Burnley game. And the Newcastle game is a prime example. You know, it's a game that, do we underestimate it and we don't go for it? And, you know, someone like St. Maxim, who's, you know, will be flying with confidence after his performance the weekend. That's what makes me nervous. I think just West Hamitis could stop us now. Andy says, check your DMs on Twitter after this stream. I will do, mate. For the first time this season, I'm really starting to believe we'll finish fourth. I think after the Chelsea game, and I keep saying this, and I've got to stop saying it. I keep saying, look, after the Leicester game, after the Arsenal game, after the blah, 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 blah. 100% after the Chelsea game, I will be able to say whether I think yes or no. At the moment, I do think yes. I'm leaning more to yes. This team is something different. It's something I've not seen in a West Ham team for a long time. There's an actual team, and anyone who steps in seems to be able to do the right thing and do the job properly. So it's very exciting. But I'm trying to just keep my feet on the ground. You know, we don't want to become memes or become gifs. You know, where a clip of me going, yeah, West Ham Champions League, the Premier League theorists, like those twats over at Tottenham Fan TV, and then it's used forever. And you see that, you know, that clip of the guy who does that laugh, like he's like on Spanish TV or something like that, and he does that laugh where he really like screeches the laugh at. But it's me talking, then that comes in, and then the Curb Your Enthusiasm music comes on. I don't want to become a meme yet, so I'm keeping my cards very close to my chest with the West Ham result. Oh, the mic wants to have a fight now as well. Vernon says, I like Laura Woods. I bet you do, mate. Jake, she seems decent at what she does. I bet you like her, mate. I think there's quite a few men that do as well. What did you think of my analysis of us and the Leicester being a point behind and their last 3 games? And why possible going for? Yeah, mate, it was a really good comment, and I appreciate, you know, when people put a lot of effort into their comments, and you know, every time you comment, you do, you know, really put some nice paragraphs in there. Yeah, mate, I think that's a fair point. You know, winning on Saturday as well. Why not? You know, why not try and finish as high as possible? Can you imagine if he equals third, like our best season ever, the 85-86 season? Listen, mate, you're talking about Moyes being in the same conversations as Johnny Law and Ronnie Greenwood, which is, you know, just insane. If you would have told me in September or January when he came last year that, oh yeah, West Ham, they might finish third. We might not finish third. Even if we finish fourth, he's still going to be in that conversation with Johnny Law and Ronnie Greenwood, because it's the first manager that would have took us into a European Cup, you know, Cup Winners' Cup and stuff like that. Yes, we've played in, and Europa League, just barely unqualified for it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, third is there. It really is there. And Leicester got some tough games. They've got their FA Cup. Chelsea, you know, they play Porto tonight. They've got another league game in between now. I believe they play Man City in the Cup as well before they play us. I think they've got 3 games before they play us. Then they play us. And then they probably, after our game, will have another Champions League game, either on the Tuesday or the Wednesday. So they've got quite a lot of games. And Champions League, I can imagine, is Tuchel's priority. You know, obviously League, he'd like to get there. But can you imagine if they go on and won the Champions League? So, yeah, third is definitely there, mate. He frustrates us, but I don't complain when we get decisions not going to line. Obviously, that's about Salah. I believe Kane will go with Poch to PSG. You know, the only reason I don't think that, mate, and he might do because of the Poch thing. I think he wants to go and break Alan Shearer's record, and I think that may be the mainstay of him staying in the Premier League. Because I heard that Aguero wants to stay in the Prem next season. You know, so we can, you know, go and chase down that record. I think he probably won't get it now, Aguero. I think he needs like 90 goals. I think he's on 170. I'm going to say 176. So he's very close. Didn't notice how handsome Parker was until he became a manager. Some from me is better all-round player for me than Harry Kane. I know it's supposed to. No, I agree, mate. I think Son is a better all-round player, but Kane is a world-class striker. If you can understand, like, so they're both incredibly good players, but Son just can play slightly few more positions. Who is better in the Prem than Fabianski at the moment? There's a couple. I wouldn't say better, but there's, you know, they're in the conversation of goalkeepers. I wouldn't mind West Ham signing. I think the Fulham goalkeeper is fantastic, you know, and it's unfortunate that they're in the position they're in. I think Ariola's a fantastic goalie, and I've been saying that ever since they played us at the London Stadium. I think the Aston Villa guy is a fantastic goalkeeper as well, Martinez. I think he's fantastic. And obviously, yeah, you know, the top boys, Man City guys, okay, he's doing okay, but he doesn't have to save that many, does he? At the moment, James said he would love Dean Ashton back. Lucas Neal, yeah, I used to love Lucas, obviously because he's got the same name as me. Anatovic in his prime, yes, I forgot Arnie. Anatovic in his prime would be perfect for us now with Antonio out. He worked really hard under Moyes and looked good when we tried to do the counter-attack. Yeah, he held the ball up lovely as well, didn't he, Arnie? You know, and he had that, you know, that cheeky little turn of pace. Is Masuaku worth replacing? I do like him, but he's a bit eccentric for a defender. He needs to play further up the pitch, mate. You know, and I'm sure that James in the chat and Andy will sort of back me on that. You know, he's not a defender. He's not. I like him in the left wing back position. His feet are absolutely disgusting. You know, there ain't many in the Premier League that have got better feet than him, and I know that's a bold statement, but this guy can get out of a. I don't know what's the saying. You know, where you can get out of a pipe. What is it called? Like there's a saying where you can get out of something really hard. Like he can have like 7 blokes around him and he can get out of it and then pass the ball away like he usually does. But I do like him as a player. I think maybe he would be better suited as a left winger, so he doesn't have to do the defensive work. But I like him. I do like him. Freddie Canuti and Defoe and Dix might be a bit too early. Tevez, Parker, and Pyatt. Oh, James doesn't like Masuaku. Yes, I remember now. I remember speaking to him on Jake's show. Get Masuaku out ASAP. I like him. I like him. Jamie Gill, he was poison. Him, doubt Moyes would have him for 1 minute. Andy, them are too long ago, 17 years minimum. It takes a lot of nights of messaging and emailing, Luke. That's my top tips to get the good guests. I tried to get Chesney Hawkes on here, if any of you remember him. I am the one and only. I was so close to getting him on, but at times just didn't match up. My mate's mum works at an airport lounge, and she overheard the pilot saying he heard Florentino Rodriguez saying Lingard is going to Real Madrid. You heard it here first. Well, there we go. In the know. Are you ex-West Ham employee? Happy Hammer. Just going under a code name. West Ham unofficial. It takes a few quid also. And he says, not a penny so far. Yeah, some guests, like I say, they are charging 250 quid. You ain't paying 250 quid for you to come on the show. You're a multi-millionaire, mate. You know, like I say, Johnny Nelson wanted 250 quid. Who else? There's another couple of boxers that I was trying to get on. You know, they wanted like 300-400 quid. No, mate, you can do one. I'm going to need some serious drugs on Saturday to keep calm after our last 3 matches. Yeah, that was stressful, mate. That was incredibly stressful, them last few games. With 7 games to go, 5 teams, we would hamper ourselves. Burnley, Brighton, Newcastle, Southampton, West Brom. How can anyone not believe? I agree, mate. It's them fixtures you've just, you know, those 5 teams you've led off there. You couldn't really pick a better 5. Oh, someone's drilling. That ain't me farting, by the way. Just bear with me, guys. Here we go. Right. So, yeah, Brighton, Burnley, Newcastle. Oh, crying out loud. There we go. Hopefully that's it. Yeah, how can you not believe with those games, you know? The only thing is, like someone like West Brom, we should be beating them, but you know, Sam Allardyce will probably pump them up just to go, oh, let's stop them getting Champions League. Southampton, we should beat. Newcastle, like I say, I fear St Maxim a little bit. Brighton, quite a decent little side, but again, we should be beating them. And Burnley are just, you know, Burnley apart from Chris Woods, who probably will score against us. No injuries. I think we have a massive chance of top 4, but I'm worried injuries and small squad will catch up with us. Yeah, hopefully Oggy's back this weekend, mate. But yeah, we can't really afford many more injuries, mate. We can't. We really can't. The mic is flying everywhere. It certainly is. Luke, been hurt too many times by the hammers. Crying out loud. You can't live like that. Got to have the confidence. Everyone can make fun of people in hindsight. We change our opinion like the weather. We certainly do. 85, 86 season was amazing. I failed all my GCSEs that season because I was obsessed. Sorry for the noise, guys. I do apologise. Go on, Luke. Top 14. Maji. Do love him. Do love Peachy Boy. Thoughts. What we should do at left back, Cresswell out. Newcastle, we could go forward to back with Johnson left back and Arthur as an all-out winger. 3 games, 3 assists. Why can't ignore that? Yeah, or, you know, hopefully Oggie's back, like I say, Vernon Mate, and Oggie goes in at left centre-back. Masuaku stays at left back, you know, left centre-back, left wing-back. So with Oggie behind Masuaku, it shouldn't be that scary. Pete says, yes, Jake. Matt Ryan, the Arsenal loan, is just what West Ham need. Incredible distribution, definitely. Seems like that Willock's doing well, as you know, at Newcastle as well. What up, fat boy? Big up yourself, James. Some absolute legends in this chat today. Arthur is a liability at left back. Yeah, he can't play left back. He can't play left back. He can play left wing back. He can't play left back though. His feet are good, but I want him to defend before he can attack. Yeah, that's why I think he should be playing more further up the pitch, mate. I don't think he should be playing as a left back at all, mate. I don't think it's his position. You're a young player and West Ham have released you. The only team that comes in for you is Spurs. Do you join them? Of course you do. I want the money. I would just be going there for the money, though. Do any of you people remember a player from Chelsea called Winston Bogard at all? He joined there in like early 2000s, I believe, and he was on 80 grand a week, which was, you know, phenomenal money back then. And he just, you know, he sat on the bench. He refused to leave his contract. And I think that's what I would do. I'd go to Tottenham and just sit there and just enjoy my money. And if I did play, I would just go and score own goals to try and get them to get relegated. But yeah, I would just sit there and take the money. 100%. You'd be a mug not to. But I would never wear the shirt. I have to go back to work. Great video. Cheers, Mr. Chicken. Great name. Peach, when you coming on VFTS stateside? Saved by the drill. Yeah, I know, it's getting on my nerves now. Luke doing the drill dance. What's the drill dance? Everything, click like and give support to this channel. Yeah, please do, guys. You know, like I say, down the bottom there, we're very close to hitting 4,000 subscribers. And I know, you know, sometimes these videos are a bit long and some people don't like these videos, apparently. You know, they've said, oh, if anything over an hour, we don't usually check it. The hour videos are there for live interaction. I don't really expect people to go back and watch an hour show. Some people do, but the hour shows it for you guys so we can have a chat, you know, and have a laugh. And that's why I do, you know, the slightly longer shows. And then the short shows are the ones, you know, for people that are quick, you know, just want to watch it on the train and stuff. Mr. Drill. Yeah, Mr. Drill is in the building. What's this? Back to drill again. That drill again. Back to that drill again. That drill again. Brilliant. Puma or Adidas? Adidas, mate. 100% Adidas. And then if you said Adidas or Nike, Nike. But I did like the old Adidas kits that we used to have. The Adidas kits were fantastic, weren't they? Some of the best training stuff we've had in years as well. And obviously, as you know, you all know that I teach PE and stuff. So I used to always be in the West Ham Adidas stuff. Since it's been I've not really bought any of the training gear. If we ever get sponsored by Nike, I'd love it, mate. I'd absolutely love it. The last few weeks with work, I've missed so many. I hope we get 3 points against Newcastle. So do I, mate. I reckon your neighbour is a Spurs fan. He's not a Spurs fan. He's a Chelsea fan, actually, because I heard him cheering Mason Mount's goal the other day. So it's going to be very interesting when West Ham Chelsea game is, when you could probably hear me and my dad cheering, because my dad always comes around and watch West Ham, and then he'll be cheering when Chelsea score. So it'd be quite interesting dynamic, that. Don't stop these. I really enjoy them. Cheers. Thank you. I'm going to wrap this up in a minute, guys, purely because I don't know when the drilling and stuff's going to stop, and you know, it can be a bit annoying for you guys watching. I remember him playing for Barcelona CB and made a handful of appearances in 4 years, less than 10. Yeah, he did, mate, 100%. Right, guys, I do apologise. Obviously, I'm going to wrap it up there because the noise, I don't know when the noise is going to stop. But I'll be back tomorrow. And if you guys want to come on, give me a time. What time should I do it? Which time is best for yous? Best. I'm talking best for Andy, James, Jake, if JP's in the chat, Irish Tommy. What time is best for you guys for me to do one? And I'll try and do it around that time. Back to work, Luke. Take care. You need to take your neighbour out, Luke. I don't mean to the pub. Nike's a good shout. It certainly is. 2 o'clock or 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. All right, I might do 1 p.m. Because I have to go and pick my daughter up from school at about 3:45-ish. So yeah, if I do it at 1, then we can go till 2, and that'll be, yeah, that's a good time. That's a good time to do it. Yeah, so I'll try and do it about 1:30 tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can come on and we'll talk about the Newcastle game and talk about the rest of the season. Be good to get you on. Ask your neighbour what time they won't be interrupting you. Anytime works for me. Right, okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I do apologise that it's slightly shorter today. Thank you for watching along. Please like. Any of your West Ham mates that don't know about this channel, please, get us out there, get us up to 4K. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Again, it's been fun. Love chatting to you guys, and I will be back tomorrow, probably around 1:30. And feel free, you guys will be able to come on and talk about West Ham. We'll call it. What should we call it? Give me a name for what I can call the show tomorrow. So I'm trying to think of cool names that with alliteration. So like today, Tuesday Team Talk. 3 T's. Tuesday Team Talk. Like Nikki does midweek musings. I want some alliteration. Come on, think of some names for the Wednesday show, and then I'm going to go. I'll give you a couple more seconds, guys, to think of some names that I can call the show tomorrow. Keep them clean as well, please. Happy Hammer says, oops, you did it again, or not? Yeah, there's some good Champions League on tonight as well, guys. Hopefully, I actually want Chelsea to go through because that means they've got more games to play. The more games they've got to play, the more likely they are to lose. So let's keep that going. Right. The last furlong. Right. I'm going to call it that. There you go. West Ham's Wednesday workout. Sounds like something people pay money for on certain websites. Hump Day Hammers Talk. Ooh, getting really creative. Wonky Wednesdays. Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. As I say, I apologise for having to wrap this up. But yeah, as I say, unfortunately, noise and stuff, we can't carry on. Come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.